Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the Moor Analytics Afternoon Energy Podcast for June 10th, going into the 11th. I'm going to start off with the natural gas. Okay, the natural gas bullish since 272.50. We saw 671 ticks of strength, a number of other bullish calls in here. Those are all on hold. And then on June 1st, we held exhaustion at 339.60 and rolled over 324 ticks. Today we rallied. We took out 320.70 decently, but fell back down through it decently. So this now warrants a pressure, and probably I'll likely run back down to 307.20. A decent trade below 306.90. Plus 0.3 of a tick per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. That'll warrant decent pressure. Also, from rolling over here, we broke below this formation. That was at 321.80, which projected this downward 120 ticks plus. We attained 146 ticks before short covering off the low. A maintain gap higher tomorrow will leave a minor bullish reversal below. Decent trade above 331.30 plus 1.3 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. That'll warrant up decent strength. Crude oil went out fairly bullish on the day. But we really need to take out this formation above to open up the upside. That's going to come in at 992.04 plus 3 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My apologies. I should not have said that went out bullish. This is not necessarily a bullish day, but the rest of the complex is bullish, and we clearly took out this gap on the day. Decent trade below 86.65 to 86.66 will warrant decent pressure. Like I said, decent trade above this line at 82.04 plus 3 per hour will warrant a decent strength. And then decent trade above 83.18 will also warrant a decent strength for at least $5, $6. And just some backup. Thursday, we left a minor bearish reversal above that said warrants a pressure. Like for days, we've come off $7.09 from the 93.04 open. Then the break below 90.89 brought in $4.98 of pressure. That was a break below here until we short covered back up to it. And the RBOB, or unleaded gasoline, I'm not going to go over all the higher time frame stuff right now. We held exhaustion at 320.55 with a 319.83 high, rolled over 27.03 cents. And then we also broke below 313.21, which brought in 16.45 cents of pressure warned about. Those are on hold. So the trade back above 301.87 now warns of short covering. And we've seen trade up to 313.11. Decent trade above 313.03 minus 5 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And project this upward at least 12 cents. We break above there decently, back down through it decently, look for decent pressure to come in. Decent failure back below 302.77 plus 3 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. will warrant a decent pressure. And in the heating oil, I'm not going to go over all the higher time frame stuff. We held exhaustion at 387.82 and rolled over 41.1 cents. Number of other bearish calls in here, but we had a projection to the downside of 32 cents from 358.42. We only saw 11.7 cents of that before breaking back above that line today. That is a significant break. We've pulled back to the line. This should be an ideal spot to get long, and I will look for strength for days. Likely a run back up towards this formation above here, which is going to come in at 375.73, minus 8 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Decent trade above there will warn of decent strength as well. Decent failure back below this line will warn of decent pressure again. That's going to come in at 360.46, plus 5.5 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Brent, the trade below 113.13 brought in 23.56 cents of pressure. Number of other bearish calls in here. I did not have this on here as a bullish call, but the break below this line and back above it got this bullish in here. Decent trade above this formation right here, which is going to come in at 94.58, plus 2.5 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. That'll warn 8 o'clock p.m. That'll warn decent strength, and decent trade above 96.16, minus 2.3 per hour. That'll warn decent strength for at least $6. And in the gas oil, we held exhaustion with the 1224.25 high and came off 125.5 to the downside. I did not have this written in the analysis, but the break below this line and back above has this bullish right now. But really, we want to have a decent break back above this formation, which is going to come in at 1055.78, plus 32 per hour starting at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The cadence going into tomorrow is the RBOB is the strongest of the three, the heating oil in the middle, and the crude the weakest of the three relative to one another. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on tomorrow's podcast.